In one word?
Only one?
One word. More time. For one word, I need more time than for many.
In one word.
In one word.
I would say chances.
Hope. Urgent.
Inclusion. Challenge.
Empowerment.
Mindfulness.
Community.
Fun.
Changes.
Overwork, underfunding, juggling from one project proposal to the next one. The state of youth work has been difficult for years. To tackle these issues, young people and youth work professionals from 10 European countries met in Dortmund, Germany.
One word for youth work, I think it's our future.
Youth work, it's like a dragon in the fantasy stories. It's the best amount of experience you can get.
One word is, I would say that it's investment. By this, I mean that we are investing in the future generation by investing in the youth work.
So I'm Simone, I'm Italian from Rome. I've been involved in the Generation Europe project since 6 years as a youth leader, as a youth leader trainer lately, and now I'm responsible here for the preparation of the young participants taking part at the symposium. We started with a nice introduction in the cinema, introducing the team with some storytelling, addressing them as adventurers. We wanted to address them as individuals who are trying to have experiences and traveling and learning and progressing. We made this backpack speed date, which basically is to have a backpack filled with your competencies, your needs, your goals, and it's a way for them to share and to get to know each other. They are now preparing the exhibition for tomorrow. The exhibition will be about their past experiences with youth encounters and also local activities. We will have for them a nice session that we will try to build kind of web linking the action they did, the goals they had in the past experiences to the main topics we want to talk about in the main event tomorrow. The last session will be an improvisation show contest, kind of a game for them to experience and to test themselves on the stage with microphones to talk in public.
I mean, 3 years ago, I wouldn't think that I would be here doing this. And I think this is like a very fundamental part of my life. And I know that when I'm 30 years old or 40 years old, this is one of the things that I would definitely remember.
So I'm really excited to be here, and I'm a bit anxious about tomorrow's presentation, but I'm sure it will be good, and yes.
For tomorrow, I expect to bring us together to build connections and to build vision on how to build the future of Europe.
I'm really happy that we finally made it and that we have so much involvement of youngsters. I really look forward to the impact this will have on how the stakeholders think about youngsters.
So I'm super excited about these days, and I'm looking forward for tomorrow because I feel like tomorrow is going to be full of different ideas, inputs and discussions that would be very important and hopefully will change this world to a better place.
I'm feeling very optimistic for tomorrow because seeing the youngsters prepare and work on the topics that are going to be discussed tomorrow, I see that they are motivated and they are really into it. So really hopeful that this motivation and this excitement that is from their side will also go forward to the next day and will rub off on the stakeholders.
So tomorrow I expect that we will grab the attention of people who can influence our work, who can help us financially and not only financially, show them that youth work really matters and it can make a great change in the society and in the whole vulnerable today world.
This is a marvelous day in the lifetime of this whole project because today we're going to meet some stakeholders. I'm expecting that a lot of stakeholders will really learn about the quality of our project, the power and the motivation of the youngsters.
So today is a great opportunity for all of us, coming from different countries, but also working in a different level about youth work.
As you know, a good politician is keen to borrow ideas from others, so I expect to return with several pages of notes of what we can do in Baden-Württemberg to improve our youth works and in the European level as well, preferably.
I'm here as a person who's going to pack the messages the young people will send out into a nice package and hopefully convince some of the policymakers to actually introduce them into real policies.
So my name is Bosha. I'm representing one of the partner organizations, Subjective Values Foundation, that is an anti-discrimination and youth work organization. We are part of the Generation Europe family since long time. It started as EVOCA and it was European work camps, and we were one of the first partners in this consortium. And throughout the years, it became more than just a youth work, youth encounter organization, and we recognize that we have in all the countries of Europe similar problems but different solutions. And we thought to organize some European level meeting, some sort of collection, gathering of other information that we have, and also collecting young people's opinion on this, because we believe that it's not just our opinion that matters, but their opinion that matters. And we also don't believe that young people are the future, they are the present. So they have opinion, they have input. So we thought to mix up the classical consortium meetings, conferences, and the classical big-scale events where only old people in suits talk. And that's how the symposium idea came, to have a two-day event where the first day is young people and young people's opinion, and the second day is when we kind of confront decision makers, people with power, with the information and the voice of young people.
I'm Franzi Eckel. I work for IBB, and in this case I'm preparing the symposium as the coordinator and organizer. So for the event, our main aim is that the different groups of guests here, the stakeholders, the youngsters and the professionals, really have a good conversation together and come up with a wish list, basically, something they see that needs to change and they want to change, and also recommendations how they want to see the change and working for that change afterwards.
The youth work professionals from our network, who were the authors of the guidance paper in their respective countries, provided some ideas on how to improve the situation. One proposal was to support the BOM process and to organize joint events like this one. Therefore, it's necessary for us to use this opportunity to discuss how to really address these issues. We want to invite you to get loud together with us so that we all become loudspeakers for change. Let's find a way to raise our voices together. Let's make the most of this moment of sharing. The young generation is important. Youth work is important. Youth workers are important to support and engage young people in their personal, social, and educational development. Not only if we want to build a better society, but also because youth work is the bridge between the formal education system and personal life. Youth workers act as mentors and role models, offering guidance, support, and a listening ear to young people who are facing various challenges in their lives. I took you on the journey to see the incredible power and value of youth work. I show you the challenge and threats to youth work and to democracy. I'm not doing it the first time, and you are not the first ones I'm telling this to. But I'm doing it today with the hope to be heard and the belief that together we can start the change. Thank you.
There were two things that inspired me most when I look at the whole day today. The first thing is the motivation and the passion of the young people. We heard so great examples from different projects all over Europe, and I could really feel the spirit of the young people. That was really, really cool and also strengthened my motivation for my job in the German National Agency. And the second thing that I really liked about today was the keynote speech that we heard after the lunch break, because it tackled really the key of the challenges that youth work is facing, and it opened up this motivation also for people to come up with a strategic joint movement to tackle these challenges together as a field.
I was impressed how tangible the proposals and the ideas were in all these thematic areas. In our work, we translate a lot from the ground where it happens to EU decision-making levels, and I think the many tangible proposals that were made today, many of them you can translate so that a member of the European Parliament or a decision-maker, policymaker in the European Commission can understand them.
I think it was very powerful and motivating, and in this unique gathering where we were today, where there was also the young people and the stakeholder experts and everybody from the field, and we could talk really on a high level, all sitting on the pavement and discussing together about the challenges and trying to find answer. It was very important and very powerful.
I feel very, very satisfied, and I'm grateful because everything worked. We had the youngsters today participating a lot in an active way, making a lot of questions, a lot of input from them, and that means we had a successful preparation yesterday. During the preparation day, this is the best outcome I could hope for.
Yes, so here we are at the evening. We have the dessert after a very successful day. Very successful and with a lot of really lively discussions and a huge bunch of good ideas and statements from the youngsters and the experts, and we will go on.
Together.
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 We can make.
We can make.
We can make.
Together we make youth work possible.